Hey everyone, I'm Matt and we're with the Ripped Reed Heads. We are Taylor and Snowflake Snap Fitness ambassadors, and we felt it important that if you're just a beginner here at Snap Fitness that you understand what's going on with every single piece of equipment. We felt like we could help out with that by showing a variety of videos of demonstrating in the most simplistic way of each machine, what it does and how to get it done. Speaking of which, I'm going to work out my chest. Me being a shorter fellow, I will have to adjust the seat accordingly, pulling this lever here. Usually I'm around a 1 or a 2. The numbers vary from 1 to 8. Kind of fit what sits you at a good level. You also have a lever here on the side that adjusts the back in the position of where you want it to, where you're sitting. If you sit way far back, when you sit in, is this kind of like mimicking a push-up, but with a machine, you're going to sit really far back and you won't get as much press forward. The further you bring this seat up, the more you're going to be able to get that stretch and pull all the way back, press it all forward. And I'll kind of demonstrate that right here. So I'll place in, upper back on the seat, butt on the seat, hands placed on the handles, and press. Press. I kind of like to get a nice little squeeze at the top, but simplistically you're just kind of mimicking a push-up, so you should be able to catch on to that pretty quickly. Next, we're going to work out on a machine called it's a pull-down machine. There's various types. In this particular machine, it will hit our back and run up on our back, and then depending on your grip, you can work your biceps more. Thus, but the main overall focus is the upper back. So going in here, I will adjust this pad here pretty much holds my legs down. So I'll adjust it to fit my level. I'm not sure if that's my level. I'm pretty sure that's pretty close. And over here, you have a weight adjustment. First of all, you'll place the weight that you feel like you can do. So let's just put whatever, 110. Right here, you have another smaller adjustment, incremental adjustment. You're like, hey, I can't do 110. Or I can do 110, but I really want to do 115. So this is increments of 5. You can set it up to 5 pounds and it'll add to it. Then to get on with the lift, you first have a wider grip, and that's on the outside here. And you're going to pull down and open up the chest and let it go. Pull down, open up the chest, let it go. The second grip, you replace it, is on the inside. This is a neutral grip or a hammer grip. You got it right here, and this will hit those biceps a bit more. You can pull it in, get a nice squeeze on the inside. As you can see, it's working my biceps a bit more with this particular exercise versus the other one. This is the overhead press. Here it's going to be a main focus on the shoulders, the front delts, the side. You can kind of hit the rear delts and the lateral delts here. It's kind of an overall press. Once again, I'm going to approach the seat and set it accordingly. I'm going to kind of show you guys here how we can mess it up if we don't decide to set the seat to our level. As you can see, because I didn't set the seat, I'm not only way down to the ground here, but when I push up on the press, I'm only doing like a quarter of the movement. Where versus I should be coming down to here, I'm starting all the way up here and then pressing up. So that just kind of gives you an idea of why it's important we set the seat to the level of our height. So I'm going to raise it up. I generally like just going mainly the highest so I can get a nice flex on it. I'm going to obviously set my weight like we did on the last one. And this one also has 2 different grips. We have the outside grip, which will press up. That works that anterior delt here. And then we're going to do those, and then you'd move into the inside grip. That's that neutral grip, which is going to work the front part of your delt a whole lot more. And both varieties can be done on the same machine. Now remember, if any questions seem to arise while you're doing these, there's trainers at Snap Fitness and the tellers that are super smart and capable, and they can help you out at any time you need. Or if you happen to see us or want to send a message, we can help you out if any questions happen to come up. So this is a fly rear delt machine. This is probably the most challenging looking of the machines. It can be pretty daunting when you're just staring at it, like what the heck does this do? And it's a little more complicated than the other machines, but this is why we're explaining it. So this thing can be two things. It can be a fly press machine, or you can do flies on it, and I'll show that. That's with this handle here. So we're trying to kind of how you mimic a fly on a dumbbell or a fly on a cable machine. This is the same exact concept. You would adjust accordingly up here to meet the level and how far you want to pull back. Obviously don't go too far back. You can be uncomfortable and can maybe hurt yourself. So I usually like about a 3. We'll come in here and you just pull forward and then kind of put your hands together. You're just gonna let it come out nice and easy and let it go to the end and then pull together. Press the hands together. And that is a machine fly. Now, the other cool thing about this machine is that you can adjust it all the way back. And you can pull as a rear delt and work that upper back like we all need to. So you'll grab here, you're gonna face this way, put your chest on the pad here, and you're just gonna pull out, kind of like you were doing with the other way. Obviously you won't be able to clap your hands together, but this is a nice way to work that upper back, pinch it together, and get the same thing out of the machine. Now remember, another thing is, if for whatever you forget this video or a trainer happens to not be present, there are there's pictures here that kind of explain what to do. It's very simple and you can understand it, and hopefully there's a kind Snap Fitness member here that could demonstrate it too, or at least help you out if you happen to not quite figure it out. All right, with here we have an arm extension. This is to work that tricep. There's 2 adjustments here. One is obviously the height for where you need to be seated. A good rule of thumb is make sure the back of that arm is rested on the pad, at least from here to here. It's okay if the end part of the elbow there is hanging up, but that's kind of a good rule of thumb if you're placing your arms on something. Here, this will be on the adjustment how far you need to push back with your back. If you have it really close, that's generally for a smaller person. When you have it further back, that's generally for a bigger person to fit in there. So if I go in here, my seat, then see how it's pressing on my back, so it makes me stay forward. I have something to support my back when I push down on the weight. Now this kind of contraption looks weird. A lot of people think they want to go forward with it like that. The key is you want to just pick it up like this, and you're going to kind of hold it like the hammer style we talked about earlier, the neutral grip. I get my arms down on the pad, and then I'm pressing forward. And press forward. And here we find ourselves at the arm curl. Is that bicep that we also love. This one's fairly simple, although the adjustment here is a tad bit different. You're going to kind of just pull this back and kind of set it down into, again, you're going to follow your height. So you'll just set it in there. You can adjust your weight here like we've shown before. We'll say 30 pounds, whatever, that's really light. We'll go 90. Again, we want to adjust the height to fit our arm, so we're not way up here, or we're so far over our chest is cavitating on itself. You want a big, nice chest. Open it up. You want to reach, and then you have 2 adjustments right here. There is a hammer curl adjustment, which is that neutral grip here, and then there's that straightforward bicep curl that is another grip here. So you're just lifting and down, lifting and down. And we'll switch grips. Notice how my arm from about my elbow to my armpit are on the pad. And then we're going to lift and down, lift and down. And that is an arm curl machine.
Rolling.
Leg extension machine. This is to work the quadriceps, guys. There are 3 adjustments on here. However, if you mess with this adjustment, my wife's gonna find you and beat you up. She doesn't like moving that adjustment, mainly because you can kind of do everything you need without messing with that adjustment, but you've been warned. So, anywho, this adjustment here is again for the height. If you got really long body, stay back here. I also obviously have a short body, so I'm going to move in. I'm going to come inside here, Here's the little trickier of the adjustments. This one is an adjustment that just slides. There's no lock in place. You, in fact, are the lock in place when you put pressure against the pad. So you want to bring this adjustment right above about ankle to shin level. You're going to lean back, push hard against the pad that you got in the back. You're going to grab these two handles and you're extending and extending. Now, a little secret for you. This is free knowledge coming at you from Ripped Reheads. Another cool thing you can do is angle your toes outward as you do an extension. It'll work that inside part of your quadriceps a lot more. You also have the inside of you can also point it inward. That kind of works the outer part. Remember, there's 3 muscles inside that quad, and you can hit all 3 on this baby. So, yeah, good times. So this bad boy right here, the seated leg curl, is going to work those hamstrings, the back of the leg there. Again, you have that supportive back. This is kind of like the height for seated ones. So just kind of think of it that way, just like the other machines. You're going to pull that and adjust that accordingly. Obviously very far back if you're a real long person. I like mine a bit higher up. Coming here, there's another adjustment. We got 3 of these bad boys, so you gotta pay close attention here. So there's another adjustment out here. You don't want to do this one too early, because then it's, for me who's not flexible, it's difficult to get my legs out here. I'll adjust this one accordingly to fit you generally want it on the back of that ankle, calf region. Put our feet up, then we'll lock ourselves in place. Now we're nice and secure. We grab our handles and we're pulling down. We're up. We're pulling down. We're up. Pulling down. Then when we want to get out, we just unlock, slide out, and huge hamstrings.
Do a heel click.
Have we here a leg press machine. This is to work the legs, the quadriceps, and the hamstrings. There are 2 adjustments on this machine. Wabam, wablam. There's also the weight adjustment, I suppose, so there's 3. Here you want to, listeners would adjust the slide motion here of how far. This is another kind of height. If you want to be nice and close because you're a bit shorter, a bit longer, we want to be a bit further. There are other cool things you can do with that with just your calves or something like that if you push it really far back. Somewhere in the middle for me. Another adjustment here is the incline of it. Now the purpose behind this one is basically to work different parts of muscles in the legs. You can't go wrong here. Try to set it up the best you can that feels the best for you. Listen to your muscles, and you're gonna hop in here. You can also place your feet in various locations on here. You can't go wrong with straight forward. I tend to like to kind of arch mine out a bit, and I'm pressing and in. I'm also not a big fan of hyperextending the knee. I like to keep a nice pressure, so I just right about 3/4 of the way, and then right before I hyperextend, I'm coming back out. I press in, I press out. You notice I can't go all the way, it's not all the way up like I want it. I want it a little more. If I wanted a little bit more, I need to slide this up a bit more so I can get more of a press for my overall leg. Then you'll generally just hold these handles and go. If you need a little help or pressing it, some people will put their hands right here and like trying to get that last rep, and then you push on the knees a bit, kind of give a little boost there. Anywho, that's the leg press. So we're here at the hip abduction and adduction, guys. This is basically to work your inside of your legs or the outside of your legs. So you want to approach the machine. It has 2 adjustments here. This is pretty much your end-all be-all adjustment. It's going to change you into that working your inner or your outer thigh. This here is just where your placement of your back, supporting your back. So you want to get inside. If I'm going to work the inside part of my leg, I'm going to get in the machine as it's already closed. I'll put my feet right here. And then while it's closed, I'm going to grab this lever here and I'm going to open it up to the most comfortable level I can with my flexibility. And then I'm just going to be closing in and that's going to work my inside part of my legs. And then when I'm finished with it, we're going to go re-pull the lever, let it go back inside. You should get out of the machine the entire way, pull the lever again, and open it up. You're going to go back, sit inside back in the machine. And these little pad guys move to change it from each exercise to each exercise. So we're going to change it to the outside because now we're going to be working the outside of our leg. We're going to set it, our feet inside here. Well, first we'll want to bring it in a comfortable level where I can actually get my feet out there, put our feet inside, and then we'll want to close it all the way or to a comfortable level. And then we're just going to open the legs, and now we're working the outside. Yay! This is a Stair Master. It's going to work your legs and hit that cardio side that you're looking for. You'll just walk up using the handrails, press the big go button. I don't know if you can see that. Boop. It's going to start in 3. As soon as it starts going, your stairs are going to start moving. Now, if you want to measure your heart rate, just grab each handle so you can kind of monitor your heart rate. This machine is very nice, so you have adjustment to your speed on the handles. When you adjust your speed, your stairs are going to go quicker. Quicker stairs means more cardio, better leg workout as well. So this is kind of a cardio machine slash muscle builder as well. So good one if you're like, hey, I want to work out my legs strength-wise and build some muscle, and I want to hit some cardio too. Love this machine. Moving on, we have here is a, holy cow, this is like kind of like a hardcore elliptical. You can run, jog, or walk inside of it. It's a bit more advanced than your other ellipticals here. You can also go forward or backward on this machine. As soon as you start going, your display is going to pop up. Most people just want to click a quick start, and you kind of go from there. You also again have your heart rate monitors right here. You can increase your level and your stride. By increasing your stride, it'll open those legs up more. So you got a longer revolution in that leg. As you go down, it'll decrease that stride, so it almost looks like you're walking. So the stride decreases. Really cool machine. Yeah, and then you can just follow the lap around. As soon as you finish that up, you move on. Next, we have your common elliptical that you'll find at almost every single gym. Most people know kind of how this works already. Same thing. You can go forward or backward on it. If you like to have your hands controlled and you don't want to work your arms, keep on the inside track right here. You can do the same one on that one, on these inside handles. If you do want to work your arms as well, put them on the outside here. After pressing go, then you can get rolling. Here you can, all your time is displayed, and just like any other of the machines, you can get a nice little arm workout and some good cardio in. Moving on to the next one, you have your common treadmill. Now, everyone knows a treadmill, loves the treadmill. There's various levels here. Come up again, you just press the go button. Once you press the go button, you're going to start going. Here, you can go on a walk, a brisk walk. As you increase the speed, obviously, you're going to go. The belt here is going to go faster. There's also an incline adjustment, so you can make you feel like you're running up a hill or walking up a hill. As you adjust that, the whole entire machine is going to go up. If you want to watch your heart rate, hold the handles right here, and you can see your hand rate, your heart rate, not your hand rate. You can also walk by the side with your hands. There's also an emergency stop button. I don't know, honey, if you want to climb up here and look at that. You can clip this little guy on your shirt. If you happen to, this just happens to get away from you, you run and you get too tired, it'll pull this emergency stop down, and I'll show you what happens here. And then, boom, stops the belt. So there's a safety precaution there, and you just flip it back up when you're done. Hopefully no injuries occur. Moving along. These fancy machines are called the ARC trainers. I'm not sure if all Snap Fitnesses have them, but they're here at Taylor and Snowflake Snap Fitness. These things are pretty awesome. They're a lot like an elliptical, but they can do stuff kind of like a Stair Master can do and an elliptical can do. You can make it where you adjust it to where you can climb. As you increase the incline, it's almost as if you're like climbing up a mountain. As you go down on the incline, it's gonna be more of a glide. You're kind of like you're running. Obviously, if you want to work your arms out here, you hold on to these. Also, obviously has a heart rate monitor as well. I've seen a lot of people when their arms are real tired, instead of moving it like this, they'll set their arms right here too, and kind of just work the legs. Very good machine, one of my favorites. This is a very cool machine, very different from the variety of other machines. I feel like this one's more athletic based in the sense of you can work your the size of your legs. There's a lot of lateral movement in it. You can adjust the lateral. You can lean back this way with these here and sit down into it. They kind of work the glutes. It's like a mini squat. You can center the body. You can also hold on to these handles, force the hands as well. As you adjust the levels, the lateral length will increase. So as you increase it, my legs are going to go out further and further. And then as I go further down, it's going to make my lateral adjustment shorter and shorter. Very cool for the sides of the legs. This next section is all the biking. So if you're more sedentary and you have maybe hip problems or something going on, being up on your feet and moving around, but you're kind of working into that, this is a great place to start. And starting on the bike, this is a fancy bike here where you can work your arms as well as your legs. There's adjustments at the front here that you can pull up. It's kind of like how it is in a car or a vehicle. You pull up on the lever and you can shoot it back, or you can come down. So this is just another height thing, and so your knees aren't hitting you in the face. You hold on to your handle after clicking quick start. You get rocking and rolling. I really like this machine. It's nice after a really hard workout and you don't feel like running or something like that. You can also hold your handles here and adjust the levels on each side accordingly. There's also a tilt function right here that you can push up or down, and this can lean you back or lean you forward. That's just that lean back, so it kind of opens up the airways. You can push, it gets a longer extension with the legs, versus if you're up higher, you're more climbing, like up a mountain or something like that. Next we have a bike, another version of a biking machine. This one's a little less complex, more straightforward as a seated bike. I didn't adjust it before I sat in it. That's why I can't fit. I want to adjust this back. And I'm just holding the handles here. Love doing these kind of machines first thing in the morning when I'm really tired and I don't feel like getting really active quite yet. It's a nice way to wake up for me. I like my personal opinion doing bikes. You can adjust the level here. As we click this up here, it's going to be harder to push those legs forward. Those pedals are going to have more resistance to them. And yeah, it's going to mimic like a bike ride. There's another machine that's just like a bike ride. This one's a bit more seated up with no back support. Kind of like how some of those speed bikes are that you can lean forward on and just go for a distance. There's nice little foot holders for it as well. You also have a seat adjustment down here that adjusts it according to your height as well. Again, you're just clicking quick start and you're going to work. You can lean forward into it just like you can on those, mimicking those road bikes, or you bring it back up for a cool down or just a nice ride. So this one is the same as the other one we did, but just the display on this one is why I wanted to bring it to our attention. This one you can like actually go through a whole bike ride. So like you can pick some place in France, and there's no signal right now, but usually you can pick I think the same, right? Yeah. You can pick a video, and you can almost like do the bike ride with them, and as it goes up a hill or down a hill or left or right, you're kind of following it. It just kind of gives you a nice distraction as you're doing your cardio. I think something, little side tidbit about cardio is cardio getting cardio done every day, a great way to get it done is a good distraction. Me personally, I like to watch an episode on Netflix. And I don't watch that episode anywhere else unless I'm doing my cardio. That way, I end up actually finding myself wanting to do cardio because I'm like, man, I want to know what happens on that next episode. So it's just kind of a nice incentive. If we always see cardio as a negative, it makes it a lot more difficult to do.